Hi everyone, it's Sue. Welcome back. Today I've got this beautiful little box here that held some cards, some greeting cards, and I've had it floating around for a while. So this is one of the envelopes that was in the set. I've just made a flip and added a bit of gold foil. And then this is the card that goes with it. So I've just cut the back off and made it into a pocket and added a bit of gold foil. I just haven't been able to get rid of this box. And I found it again today. I was just tidying up a corner of my craft space and I thought, oh, why don't I just make it into a pocket for a journal? Easy, really easy. So basically I'm just going to cut it apart and I'm going to take this flap off. So I'm just going to cut that across the top there and make it two parts. I'll end up cutting that down and then trimming that up a bit. So one thing I didn't think about doing was checking the width of the box to see whether it would actually fit in this journal. You can see there's a little magnet there, so it's a magnetised box, and which means it'll be a magnetised pocket, and I don't have to do anything to it. So I'm just checking in the journal, checking through the pages just to make sure that I can make it fit. So it'll fit all right on those that page there. I'm just going to have to trim it down a little bit. So what I'm doing now is just trimming it up and straightening it up. I'm just going to take a very tiny slither off each side just so that it fits on that page beautifully. And I'll have to do the same with the bottom part of the box as well. So I'm just fiddling around here trying to work out how I'm going to cut this down, and I was hoping that I might be able to just actually pull that off, but it's really stuck down really well. So I'm just going to roughly cut it out and then I'll just trim all the bits and pieces down. I cut it really crooked too, so I have to trim it up a few times just to make it all square. So there's the bigger magnet in the bottom part of the box. So I'm just going to cut that away, once again, just on where it's all folded. And then I will trim off the sides as well, because I thought the back part I could actually use as a journaling card. It's just beautiful. I could even cut that card in half and have two journaling cards. It's embossed and got gold gilding on it. I don't know whether the camera's really showing it up that well there. So basically out of this box, I really have very little waste at all. And I'm going to have a beautiful pocket. That's about the waste. That's it. And I could even use those little bits. I have put them aside. I'll see if I use it. So I'm just squaring up this journaling card now. And as you can see, it's beautiful. The gilding's actually showing up there a little bit more. And you could even, I'm just measuring it, it's about 5.5 inches wide. And you could even just cut them into two journaling cards. So I'm just having a look to see how much I need to trim down off the sides of the bottom part of the pocket. So once again, just a very fine slither. And I'm actually going to put some washi tape over top of that magnet, just so that it's not really that thick, the magnet, but things that are going into the pocket still could get caught. So I'm just adding a bit of extra glue to this Tim Holtz washi tape and just covering up that magnet so that that's not a chance of anything getting stuck on it. So of course I've decided I need to ink around it. I just wanted to get rid of some of the white edges. I'm not really adding that much ink. To be honest with you, my ink pad's pretty well dead, so I just really roughly inked around there. Now I'm deciding where that page was, and I'm just going to glue 3 sides and add this blue piece. So this will constitute the base of the pocket. Just making sure that it's all right and ready to go. So I will glue that down. And then I will glue the top pocket or the flap down as well. So I'm just putting that in place now. You can see things blowing around there. It was a really hot day when I was filming this. And I had the air conditioner on and the fan. That's how hot it was. So I'm just really giving that a good burnish just so that that sort of stays down in the journal. And I'm just gluing that piece there, the hinged piece, putting a decent amount of glue on there just so that it doesn't lift, because the cardboard that the pocket or the box was made out of is quite firm. So I want to make sure that it stays stuck down. So when I've glued this in, I really don't like the way that looks, that white piece, and the corners have lifted a little bit. So I'm just going to add a little bit of extra glue just to adhere that down. And I'm going to add a bit of that gold glitter washi tape, because gold features throughout this journal. It's not going to look out of place, and I just think it'll sort of, I don't know, just lift that stark white flap, for want of a better word. So I'm just going to glue that down, and then I'm just going to transfer the excess of the glitter washi tape over to the other side of the page. So I've added that to the underneath side of that flap, envelope or pocket flap, and I've just transferred the extra bit of the washi tape around to the other side of the page. I think that just makes it ties it in a little bit more with the flap there as well, because it's got the gold gilding on it. So I love this little pocket, and I've just got a couple of postcards that I've already stitched around. I'm just going to add those in there, mainly just to show you when I probably shouldn't have done it until the glue was properly dry, but I'm not convinced that these postcards are going to go in there at this stage. They were it's a little bit tight, so maybe something a little bit smaller might be better, but for the moment anyway, they're not going to hurt sitting in there. I'll have a look at that again later on. So there is a box that I was going to throw out, and I've made it now into a pocket in the journal, and I'm really, really happy that I didn't get rid of that box now. So I hope you had fun with that, and then I've got a journaling card too. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed that. Take care, and until next time, I hope you had a little bit of creative time in. See you soon. Bye-bye.